Hey, what's up, guys? Today I was going to talk about a friend of mine who comes in the gym all the time. And his concern is, well, did I do enough today? Have I done enough within the week, within the month, and so on? And this guy is a gym rat. Loves to train, loves the process. And he beats the hell out of himself on a daily basis. And this is the type of personality I really enjoy working with, because now all we have to do is just pull the reins back a little bit, try to manage the volume, get him a little bit more time to recover, and he starts seeing better and better results. That's a much better place to be than trying to work with folks where you have to drag them in the gym and say, "Hey, come on, come on, come on." So his work ethic is there. Um, he just gets after it on a daily basis. He's very motivated. So um, my discussion with him the other day was to answer his question about, well, am I doing enough? The answer is yes. Always doing probably a little too much. So we talk about, and this is a new concept to him, because for his career, it is definitely a high tempo, go go go, work all the friggin' time, and it's very physically demanding. So when I started talking with him about deloads, this was I don't want to call it a light bulb moment, but it definitely caused him to take a step back and reevaluate what he's doing. So with the deload, the little jingle is deload to reload. So we have all these systems at play that are working all the time. So the exact conversation I was having with him was, the muscle is going to have a much shorter recovery time than the bone, than the tendon, than the ligament, than the nervous system. They all have different recovery rates. So if you're always operating or redlining at the highest level possible, you are not considering those all those other systems that are at play. You may only be thinking about the muscle, because that's what a lot of people think about when they train. Is, well, the muscle's fine. Like, I don't feel too beat up. I can go. Yeah, but can you go at the max velocity that we're wanting to train at today? Are you excited to be here? Do you have the maximal intent that you can focus and apply to each and every repetition? Or do you kind of go on cruise control past a certain number of reps? So this week is what I consider a big win for him, because we talked about reducing the volume. He can still keep the intensity up pretty significantly, but we're cutting the volume down by about a third, maybe a bit more, and it's very hard for him to back off. But he is cutting his frequency down a little bit, and he is spending more time getting mobile, getting flexible, going through some extra yoga sessions, going through some extra DNS sessions, some things like that. And I think he'll be pleasantly surprised coming up next week when he resumes training, and then we slowly ramp it back up. But just explaining to him that, hey, we've got, if we're going off, called a 4-week block, week one is generally going to be our adjustment phase, where we're getting introduced to what's coming down the pipe in weeks 2 and 3, where week 2 we're generally going to ramp it up a little bit more. Week 3 will usually be our highest loading, and then week 4 we'll deload, and then cycle to a new program, or the second block within the phase. But anyway, I think he'll be pleasantly surprised when it comes to, holy shit, when I backed off, it allowed me to my systems to completely recover, and I'm still able to perform at a high level. So this is something I would encourage you to take a step back and ask yourself, am I doing the same thing? Am I pushing all the time? Have I backed off, or have I not? These are things to think about, because if you are, type A personality and you're go 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 go, then a deload can benefit you greatly, and should be sequenced appropriately within the macro cycle or within the training year. Now, on the flip side, if you are someone who infrequently gets in the gym, it's never consistent, your effort could be better, do you need a deload? Probably not. So it really comes down to having an honest assessment of where you're at and making the appropriate adjustments. So just a personal example here is I've been following a training program for the past 11 weeks. It's a 12-week cycle. This week is week 12, and it's supposed to be a peak week. And I had to have some dental work the other day, and it's made eating difficult. I didn't feel well for a day or two, and I'm gonna back it down quite a bit. I'm probably just gonna push it back and then cycle to a new program, and that's just part of life. And you don't stress out about that too much, because when I was younger and first getting into training, it would really, really bother me. It would stress me out if I missed training sessions, and it would ruin my day, kind of thing. But now I see it as a much bigger picture of, okay, if I miss a week, I'm probably needing a deload week anyway. That's going to be a good thing, because now I can come back excited, ready to train, ready to get after it in the gym the following week and start a new training cycle. So if you miss a session here and there, in the grand scheme and you're a hard charger, does that really matter? Probably not. If you start missing a whole bunch of training sessions within a year, does that matter? Hell yeah, it does. So anyway, just some things for you to think about as far as your own training, where you're at, what kind of person are you? Are you frequent in the gym all the time getting after it, or are you more infrequent and your adherence could be way better? It really depends on what your goals are and what kind of person you are, how frequently you're getting in the gym, what's the intensity look like, that kind of thing. So anyway, if you have questions, reach out to me anytime, dynamichp.net.